Coming out first, going to be fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in 154 pounds with a record of 13-16. Doing it for Idaho. Let's hear it for Kerry Lattimer.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming out to the cage right now, we have Kerry the Batterer Lattimer. This guy is a huge record of 15-16-0, fighting out of Idaho. And what else do we know about this guy?
Well, we know he stands about 5 foot 8 inches tall. This is at 154 pounds. I've seen him fight a range of fights. You know, it says he's, 13-16.
Yeah, sorry, I misread that.
Yeah, that is not necessarily accurate. You know, he has way more fights than that.
Yes.
He's also on this
He's done a lot of fights on reservations and other stuff where there's no commission.
Yes, there's no official record of it, Cap. I also know he's on this huge fight streak of I think like 4 fights in 5 weeks.
Really?
Yes. He's coming off of back-to-back fights. He won one, lost his last one by a TKO. I talked to him backstage. One of the things he likes to do is actually give his back up. If he's on the ground, he will give his back up. And when you put hooks in, he's very good at kind of getting you really high, tripoding up, making you fall on the ground. So he does that on purpose.
Okay.
In his last fight, referee saw them take the back, land a punch or two. He said he was throwing his thumbs up to the referee saying, this is what I'm trying to do, and the referee stopped it. So he's going in there with that same game
All
plan.
right, and his opponent tonight going to be fighting out of the black corner, and your current Steelfist Fight Night featherweight champion, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in 155.4 pounds, with a record of 4-2. Doing it for UFC Training Center. Let's hear it for Nathan Kearsley.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Nathan Kearsley walking out right now. He is 4-2. He's 6 feet 2, so he's rather tall for this weight class.
He's very tall for this weight class, especially 155 pounds. You expect to see someone that's more about the 5'7" or lower, and if they are walking at 6 foot or above, you expect them to be very lanky.
Yes,
not as much muscle mass as opposed to definition. You get guys that are, Steven Seiler, for instance, he's a little bit taller and a little bit thinner, but he's very strong and agile. So you see guys like that, but, at 6'2", it's just not the average. You're seeing 6'2" guys at about 170, 185 weight class in general.
Well, and I believe he actually fought at featherweight at one point in time, was champion there.
Okay.
So this is up a weight class, but that's the same thing that Kerry does as well. Kerry will move around at 145.
Wherever the fight's at, he's going to take it.
170, anywhere in there. This guy's down to fight. So I think, it's kind of one of those types of matchups. Again, as we mentioned, Nathan is training over there at UFC Training Center, and Kerry's coming into us from Idaho.
Right. Well, with the UFC Training Center, one thing I know about them, they do have some guys that do teach some solid striking. They do. They have. I haven't been there to check it out since they opened, to be honest. But I know they did have some jiu-jitsu guys out there working people. But I know that their main thing that they focus on is HIIT training, that high-intensity interval training. So one thing that we can expect out of them, at a minimum, is going to be
his cardio.
We can expect the later rounds to still be able to go, especially at a pro level. You're fighting 3 5-minute rounds as opposed to 3 3-minute rounds like the amateurs were doing.
Yes. Well, and again, we are on the pro level here. So we do have those long 5-minute rounds.
Yes.
We got a bunch of guys here. We got a lot of fights between these guys. Many more on Kerry's side.
Right.
But I definitely say we have a good amount over there on Nathan's side to say that he's well versed in the cage.
Yes. And one thing I wanted to talk about, you mentioned that Kerry Lattimer is coming down here and fighting out of Idaho, whereas Nathan is fighting out of a local gym with his guys out here cheering him. Kerry's actually being cornered tonight by Hidden Valley Martial Arts.
Yes, he
and
is.
one thing about those guys, they're great camped. I love them to death. Professor Hermosillo is just a great guy. They're very inviting to people, and they do have several people that come in from out of town and will train with them when they have a local fight. They'll spend the week out there at Hidden Valley to get ready for their fight against a local guy.
Well, and looking at Kerry, looking at his physique right now, it looks like his top half is a little bit bigger than what I've seen his bottom half be in the past.
Yes.
As if he's put some size on the top.
Ooh.
And this is what you're going to expect out of Kerry. He's not going to make it a pretty fight. It's going to be kind of a brawling, flopping, him taking advantage of small positions like that.
I like the fact that he's controlling that leg and turning in.
And elevating is going to get him on top.
I think that at first I was thinking that it was a bad idea for him to drive in on that leg like he was, because Nathan ended up in a dominant position, and I thought Nathan was going to end up in the full mount.
No.
And
that's the scrappiness of Kerry Lattimer. I mean, as you mentioned with his record, he comes out on the losing end sometimes, but he will definitely come out there and scrap, and he's definitely a competitor every time.
Yes. And I gotta mention on Nathan, one thing I like seeing right now is his jits game looks really solid.
It does.
He is climbing up the body so effectively right now, and just maintaining that maintaining that guard, and the way that I see him moving. And you can also kind of tell by the abs, the way his midsection looks. He might have done a couple Barry Bimbo rolls. So his ground game looked phenomenal as far as his ability to stand up and move with someone as heavy and actually proficient as Kerry Lattimer on top of him.
Yes. Well, and this is Kerry's game, too. So this is someone in Kerry's wheelhouse. It's kind of the wrestling, grinding style. I push you against the cage, grab at your ankles like that.
Doing that ankle pick, sucking it in every.
Yeah,
that's the second time that Nathan started putting weight on that left leg, and Kerry just pulled the ankle out.
Now, I must say, Nathan is doing much better than many of Kerry's other opponents from those positions.
And he looks very calm and composed right now, too. Looking at him, he's got a little bit of cage love on his backside.
Yes, I love that.
If it's shown as much on the camera as it is in real life, don't let that fool you. That's all from the cage, not from Kerry.
No, and here's Nathan in on a shot saying, look, I got some wrestling too.
Yeah, but he's so overextended on that shot, he almost gave up a guillotine.
Yes, he did.
But, did a great job of switching through, and now driving in, got that good hip pressure right now from the top position. And that's what you like to see when someone's actually driving in on top instead of driving in with their head and their upper body. He was driving in with his hips. He's doing a great job right now.
He's doing a great job kind of controlling the hips. You see Kerry now kind of looking for that cage walk, trying to get a little bit more leverage on his end to try to escape from this position.
Yeah, I was actually looking, because of the spacing, I was actually looking for Kerry to try and do that cage walk into an armbar with the knee and armbar, but he just kind of walked all the way over to the edge.
Well, and here's Kerry giving up his back. Let's see what happens. We talked about this pre-fight. Kerry will give up his back and allow those hooks to come in.
But look how good those hooks are in by Nathan
The hooks are in
Kearsley.
really well right now.
And I think Nathan's making it so that Kerry can't use that escape that he likes to do from the back mount right there. He's got his legs spread in. He's controlling. He's all the way through and hooking the shin on that left leg. So he's got a very dominant back game right now.
Yes. I mean, he's doing a really good job. Kerry's trying to stay on one hip, but as he's doing so, he also has to be defending that choke and be defending from those shots that are also coming through as well.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I think it's the beard that helps, but I think he's doing a great job of keeping his chin tucked and keeping Nathan from being able to slip under and get that choke. And now he's doing a good job of hand control and hand fighting.
And
there's that choke. There's that shake off right there.
And what we're seeing is, Nathan now coming right back with a reshot.
Yes.
We have an arm in, making this guillotine hard to finish.
It's an arm in guillotine. He looks like he's fine. It looks uncomfortable, but it does not look dangerous.
It doesn't look like he's going to tap.
No, not at all.
And
he's already free of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, what I've seen with his jits game so far, he seems pretty versed.
Yeah. I've actually been really impressed with Nathan's ground game this whole fight.
Agreed.
It's kind of consistently, almost at will, he's able to get a dominant position. Even when he was in guard, he was pulling guard. He's just able to switch out so effectively and get those dominant positions.
Well, and there those 10 seconds. And there's Kerry saying woo with 10 seconds left as he's being choked.
It's because he wasn't being choked.
Yeah, hey, that's Kerry Lattimer for you, ladies and gentlemen.
He is definitely an entertaining guy to watch fight.
Oh, yeah.
And he shakes his hand. He's like, all right.
Yes. Oh, he's here just to fight. He's not here because he has animosity. He's here because he's doing what he loves to do, rather than put on a performance for the crowd. I mean, he talked to me about even that idea of when someone's on his back, and he gave him the back, and then he's able to kind of pop him over the top. That's something for the crowd. He wasn't even saying it was for him. He said, and that's so exciting because there's this change, and they have my back. They're about, to finish me, and next thing you know, I'm on top. And so he prides himself on being an entertaining fighter just as much as being a successful fighter along the way.
That makes sense. And you could see the entertainment value in just right there when he was defending the choke for a second, just tucked his chin and decided to throw his hands in the air and make sure everybody knew he was having a good time.
Yeah. Keep everybody happy. Keep this fight going. And, give these crowds, you guys at home, you guys all around the world, a show.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants a fight that keeps going, and I think that's definitely what we're seeing right now. But I got to talk about this. We know a lot about Kerry Lattimer, and we've talked a lot about Kerry Lattimer, but I got to give it to Nathan Kearsley. This guy is tough,
well, and
his technique is solid.
Well, the thing is, what that means is I need to learn more about him. I know a lot about Kerry, but I agree with you 100%.
I want to know more about Nathan.
Yes, his technique is solid. What he's shown here tonight is very good. He's been able to do things with Kerry that I don't see other people do with him.
No. Well, and right now, just a second ago.
I love that. I love what he's got going on right now. Kind of a little Iowa ride, not necessarily even putting those hooks in, but he's over there. I mean, to me, I love this position he's in at this point in time. He's controlling Kerry.
I think he was trying to set up a shoulder choke.
I think so, too.
And Kerry kind of saw that coming and grabbed that hand, so it became a little bit more hand fighting. But I'm just a second ago when Kerry took that big right hand, landed the big right hand, immediately Nathan shot in on that takedown, ate a punch, and went and continued on with it. Did not lose any momentum, did not lose any technique. It was a great job.
Reshot.
Yep, and then right now what you're seeing with Nathan controlling the ankles and picking up the ankles to try and get that ride, gave up and just went for the back.
Again, I mean, and he gave up the back, looked for Kerry to do what he did last time. But again, as we discussed, Nathan's jiu-jitsu game is very good.
Very good.
He's really impressed me, and I see him being able to maybe handle it. He may fall off that top position, but yet at the same time, I do see him able to try to handle that. But Kerry's got to be able to turn to be able to try to get to that spot. Sitting on his butt isn't going to help him.
And he's turning. He's just being followed every time that he turns.
Yes.
One thing that I got to say that I love seeing Kerry do is when Nathan had his back and was in that sitting position where Kerry was leaning forward, his chin's tucked in more. It makes it really difficult to get that choke. You want to flatten someone out if you really want to get that rear naked under there. But the entire time, Kerry's just reaching back and throwing a back fist up in the air. Not going to do anything, but you know what? It lands a punch, and it's annoying at the minimum.
Well, and it's, hey, at least I'm going to hit you.
And I think that choke is in.
Oh, it could be. It could be right underneath. Oh, Kerry did a great job turning into it.
That beard is like the ultimate escape key.
It's the force beard.
The force beard. I like it. It's that cushion. It helps separate. It's that little pocket. And there you go. You see him doing the tripod that you talked about.
Those hooks are in deep, though.
Yeah, that's Nathan Kearsley's ground game is phenomenal right now. I'm very, very impressed with what I see coming out of that guy.
No, he's really impressed me with this ground game. Honestly, it seems like he's able to. And I mean, Kerry's a fighter. Kerry's going to keep fighting and fighting and fighting.
Yes.
And Kerry doesn't give things up easy. So I do see this being kind of one of those long things of attrition.
Kerry's going. He's trying to get a leg lock. He was trying to step over, but that. You saw for a second he was trying to trap that foot and suck it down and almost use it to escape the back. And every time he transitions on what would normally be a great way to escape the back, clearing the hooks,
and
turning inside, normally works. That's what we train how to do, clear the hook and rotate. And Nathan is following him so quickly, he's able to maintain that position.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's tracking this and being able to track it effectively. and be very effective on the ground.
And again, I think Nathan's going to go for a shoulder choke. Oh, nope.
And again, Kerry recognizes.
Yeah.
Goes to that side a little bit. Now what's going to create that? It's just going to have Nathan switch to something else, right?
Right.
I mean, you're seeing Kerry respond, you're seeing Kerry react, you're seeing Kerry defend, and Nathan is about a step ahead.
I think that this entire fight has been nothing but Kerry defending.
Yes.
I think that Nathan is honestly just enforcing his game plan in this fight so effectively that there's nothing that Kerry could do. Even if Nathan is not able to finish this fight, he's going to win this fight. If it keeps going the way that it's going.
Yes. Well, and where we're at right now, in the second round, probably near the end, I hear 20 seconds being called. Sitting right there, you'd have to give these first 2 rounds to Nathan, which means Kerry's got to come in and be able to finish this fight in the third.
Yes.
To be able to be victorious, at least from my perspective, on my unofficial scorecards.
Yeah, and honestly, we are not judges, so what we say doesn't really matter in that context. But at the same time,
what we say doesn't matter anyways.
Oh, yeah, generally. But at the same time, it's one of those obvious statements that, if the judges aren't seeing it the same way we're seeing it, there's something wrong with these judges.
Yes, we have a problem.
And I know Judge number 1, I know Judge number 2. I'm not sure about Judge number 3. But I know some of these guys, and I have for a long time, and I know that they're proficient, and I know that they know what they're doing. So we're going to see around number 3. I'm getting a kick out of some of the guys in the crowd. Just choke them already! Instead of, shouting out some actual advice.
Yes,
I think he may have a few beers or shots in him.
Well, and the choke them already, he's trying.
Yeah.
Don't think he's not trying.
That is not taking anything away from Nathan's ability. It's actually giving credit to Kerry's ability.
And again, we started this conversation talking about Kerry's ability to defend the back.
Yes.
And how he's able to capitalize when he gives up the back with most opponents.
Yes.
We're now talking about how well Nathan is controlling that back. You're still seeing Kerry be able to defend, but you're not seeing him be able to go in those dominant positions or a reversal position that we saw in the first round.
I'm looking in the corners, and I'm noticing Kerry is ready for war. Nathan looked really tired, and that's one thing that happens. Kerry spends a lot less energy defending a choke than Nathan is putting on trying to squeeze through.
Well, that was one thing he talked to me about, was he said, I sit there and I'm fine. I mean, I don't have a problem. I'm just sitting there, I'm relaxed. They're the ones fighting, and then I'm able to come ahead.
Well, I think you're going to see an explosive Kerry Lattimer in round number 3, where Nathan probably won't be able to keep that pace and control that he had in the second round, because he's not going to be able to close that distance as easily.
No, well, and you're seeing Nathan go back to that takedown. He really wants that takedown. He's determined he's superior on the top.
Yeah.
He got a good takedown right there. You've seen Kerry right now go for
and there's
the
that
arm
bar. That cage walk arm bar that I talked about in the first round. But he doesn't have it. The elbow's past the crotch.
Popped out.
But, I have seen Frank Mir broke Tim Silva's arm.
Yes.
At the forearm.
I remember
with
that.
an arm bar, so it does happen.
I do remember that.
But it's just not very often that something like that's going to finish.
Not common enough for me to look out for.
Yeah, generally if the elbow clears the crotch, then you're safe. Yeah. So, I am seeing a lot more activity out of Kerry in this round than I did in the last round.
Yes.
But, again, despite what I thought looking in the corners and looking at their facial expressions and the fatigue, I thought that Nathan would be a lot less effective at getting the takedown and getting those positions as he was in the last 2 rounds. I was wrong.
I think it has a lot to do with that ground game we've been talking about. He gets on top, and he seems very, very comfortable, very relaxed in these positions.
He's slick.
Yeah,
He's
able
very
to
slick.
transition from, position to position and able to maintain control. And like we said, be that little step ahead of Kerry.
Yeah, and he keeps kind of isolating his head in through the shoulder. And he's trying to work for that shoulder choke. He's trying to right now clear the guard so that he can cinch it in, because where he's at, it's really hard to get that shoulder choke inside someone's guard. It's possible. Well, it's really difficult. But when you clear the legs and you step out to the outside, that shoulder choke becomes a lot more legitimate.
Yes. Well, and it looks like he's searching for that. He's trying to get in a good position. You're seeing Kerry again trying to roll kind of the other way.
Right.
You know, trying to get out. But Kerry's stuck in many areas because of I guess, their position in the cage. He doesn't have as much room as we have the cage right there to his left.
To really fight through it and maneuver around.
Yes.
And I think we're going to see Nathan keep trying to suck that right leg out. But where he's at right now, he could finish that shoulder choke. If he would just kind of reach that hand into the bicep, smart move by Kerry giving him his back. Honestly, that choke was going to be getting on tight. You saw that shoulder just pushing deeper and deeper into his neck. I think it was a smart choice. But, again, Kerry likes having someone on his back.
I mean, maybe not tonight.
No,
I mean,
it's not paying off like it normally does.
Tonight it doesn't pay off like it normally does. And you know, honestly, that must be kind of discouraging on some levels, at least, you know, for me. You know, if I was Kerry, something that typically works, or somewhere where I'm typically can come out ahead, I end up on the wrong side of that.
Yeah, and nice head crank, kind of can opener from inside.
Yes.
The way that he just did. Nathan, if you couldn't tell, ladies and gentlemen at home, Nathan kind of came under the inside around the back of the head of Kerry Lattimer and then took his other hand around the top to pull the head in. We call that a can opener. It extends the neck, hyperextends the neck forward, causes a lot of pain and discomfort.
I think he got it under.
And gets you to move in whatever direction you want. And Kerry is fine. I'm okay, he says.
He is a tough kid. He's a tough kid.
You know, he could be passing out. He'd probably still have his thumb up saying he was okay.
Probably he'd go and his hand would fall
all the way down.
But there's
that tripod. And we still have over a minute left in this last round.
He thinks he's got it.
Nope.
A nice roll through.
Now, was that a 10-finger choke he had on it first?
Yes, he did. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think a lot of that, Nathan is really sweaty right now.
Yes.
I mean, he came out glistening in this round. And so that's going to make that choke.
Sparkling.
Sparkling. It makes that choke really difficult to get on. It's one of those ones that is more effective in the first round than in the third round. But still, he went for it. He almost had it.
He almost had it. And again, Kerry's tripod. He could end up on top, but he better get to work if he does.
Yeah, he's got to be very aggressive.
There it is.
The 10-second warning. I don't think that he's got to be careful.
He's trying to
you can't knee to the face, but you can knee to the chest, so that was still legal, but it was so close. Ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to go to a decision. My honest opinion, I think that Nathan Kearsley just won that fight.
I do too. You know, again, I think he did a great job. Very impressed with his ground game. Very impressed with his stand-up even as well. He was able to kind of control striking distances.
The ability to take him down speaks volumes to his stand-up, because stand-up's not just about the striking, but it's about being able to close that distance and then get to the ground. So I think he did a great job.
Respecting your striking enough to have to block it, which now makes your takedown more of a threat.
Yes.
You know, if I'm not
we got another one going all the way to the end while the judges tabulate. Make some noise. Who do you think took it?
And find out what the judges had to say and see who won the fight.
Make some noise for Kerry. Make some noise for Nathan. All right, talk to your neighbor. Who do you think got it? I know. And I'll tell you in just a minute. All right, gentlemen, can I get both fighters to the center of the ring, please? Both fighters to the center of the ring. One more time, let these guys hear it. Judge number 1 scoring at 30-27. Judge number 2 scoring at 30-26. Judge number 3 scoring at 30-25. Your winner by unanimous decision. Play!
All right, listen, before we get to Nate, speak to his fans and friends. Kerry, I've known Kerry for a while. One of the only guys that'll be in the middle of the fight go, "What's up, Kevin?" You're wild, man. I love you to death. Hey, for those of you that don't know, this dude fought 3 times in 4 weeks. The guy's a fucking animal. He's fought in several different promotions. He always comes in, and you know what? He's a tough dude to finish. And he's a lot of fun to have on the show. So, Kerry, I wanted to give you an opportunity to say, 1, thank you for stepping up, absorbing the guy that we lost, and coming out to compete, because the first thing Nate said to me was, "That's a tough guy to finish." And I seen Ramsey laughing at you in between rounds. It was just an awesome fight to be part of. So, thank you for being on the show, man.
Hey, I just want to... And I love all you guys, and I love to fight. And if I'm not hurt, I'll be on every card that I can be. But I'd like to thank my team, Mandrill. I'd like to thank Mike Hermancio for coming up and helping me corner. My wife, my beautiful wife, Camille, is with me every fight and every place I go. So she's my rock. So, and I got to thank Kevin Allred, and Kevin Patton, and Pat Patton, and everyone with Steelfist. You guys are all great. So, thank you.
All right, let's give Kerry a round of applause. Awesome competitor, a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to be around. So let's step over to Nate Kearsley, man. You're, I think you're 4-2 now, is that correct?
Yeah, as a pro, I'm 4-2. I got 4 wins in a row. Started my career 0-2. This is where I'm at now, 4-0. I don't care about those 2 losses.
Yeah, so we had, oh, hold on, Kerry. Kerry, 1 sec before you go. Nate, you are the winner of this fight. Kerry, I'm giving you this anyway, motherfucker. I love this guy to death. I appreciate him. He's the guy I can call when your opponent drops out. And for guys like you, it saves that fight. And I got to have guys like him that'll step up and fight guys like you. So I am very appreciative of him. I don't like to lose fights, man. I really don't. I don't like to lose fights on our card. And like you said, it's really easy to say, screw it, we're not going to try to replace this fight. But he was willing to step up, and he was very fair with us, so I appreciate him. Kerry, Nate, obviously 2 world-class fighters in your corner here. Court McGee, Ramsey Najim, both phenomenal fighters. We'll just leave it at that. Everybody knows who you guys are in Utah. So what did you do to get ready for this fight? Because you were preparing for Thomas Hughes. You switched it over. You went up against Kerry, who had a lot more fights than Thomas and a lot more seasoned.
I've been doing what I always do. We train for the best. It doesn't matter who they are. There's just another fighter in front of me. I don't really care who it is. I'm doing the same things, running up mountains with Ford Progressions, Jesse Rich, Eric Rich, they're in here somewhere. Man, much love to them. Just running up mountains, training. I've been training at Unified, trying to get my jits up. I wanted that Doris. I wanted the rear naked. You saw my jits in the cage, and I'm telling you, it's a lot harder to implement it in the cage. But I feel like I did a pretty good job on the ground. I dominated every position, and my jits is getting better every day. And I mean, this is only my 6th fight. I've been active the last year, and it's just going to keep going. I want to fight in bigger promotions. I love Utah. I love the community here of Utah. I appreciate all you guys, all the haters, all the lovers, everyone that's out here. I appreciate you. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. So I really appreciate that, man. everyone in here. You'll be keeping an eye on me because I swear on everything. I'm going up. That's all. That's the only place I'm going is up. I'm gonna be on bigger promotions, so watch out for me. And just gotta keep getting better. That's all.
Well, speaking of that, if I'm not mistaken, are you in a tournament coming up? Okay, so listen, Cody Bunderson, I know a lot of times promotions butt heads and stuff. I don't butt heads with Cody at all. I love the guy. So tell us a little bit about your upcoming fight.
So it's a fierce tournament. It's an 8-man bracket. Winner takes 12 G's if you finish everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. And for me, this fight, this tournament means everything. 2 of the guys that I lost to are in this tournament. Bobby King, he's in here. I have a ton of respect for him. Me and him are going to fight in the finals again. And I have a time to redeem my losses. And you don't have that opportunity very often in life. And that's what I'm looking forward to challenge myself and to fight those demons again. Because I was partying, having fun, I didn't know if I wanted to fight. Now I want to fight. And I get the opportunity to redeem those losses. And I'm really looking forward to it, man. I really hope it's me and Bobby King in the finals. We got a lot of respect for him. I love him wherever he's at, man. We're going to do this. And then I'm going to take on Dustin Jenkins or Tanner Cowan, another guy I've already fought. So that's what's up, man. I'm going to take that tournament. I'm going to take that 12 G's.
Awesome, man. Well, I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that. Thanks, Court. Thanks, Ramsey. Thanks, your gyms, for coming out. And this is for you. Just something to remember us by. Appreciate you being on the show.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. And then, that's what I love about this community is you're an honorable man. You and Cody don't got beef. You're 2 promotions trying to find the best fighters in Utah. And that's what I love. That's why I love being part of this great state. And everyone's going to train here. Whoever wants to train, anytime, man, come find me. Let's do it.
For sure, man. Cody was actually in my main event a couple shows ago. I have nothing against him. He's a great guy. So thanks for being on the show. Appreciate it.
One more time, make some noise for your winner, Nathan Kearsley. And you got to admit, he's probably got the coolest corner of the night. Nobody's going to top that. Everybody wants your picture, man. Sorry, that's what happens when you win. You know it's good when Kevin wants in on the picture. Now the Bud girls, one more round of photos. We'll let you get out of here, take a break. Your winner, the Steelfist Fight Night featherweight champ, Nathan Kearsley. All right, I've been talking about them all night, and they're here. They are going to hook you up after they get their picture taken. We got our friends from Breaking Bad Bail Bonds hanging out in the ring with us. One more time, double check your phone, 888-POST-BAIL. Breaking Bad Bail Bonds in the house, going to throw you some goodies. We even got the boss lady.